Good morning, and welcome to another vlog. This one is a very special vlog for me because I'm doing something very, very fun for me tomorrow. If you know, you know. If you don't, just keep watching, you'll find out. It's going to be a really fun one. Today we're going to Oslo in Norway. Got to go to Terminal 3 and currently have a lovely 10-minute wait for a train. And just my luck, the lovely benches right here are all wet, so I can't even sit down. But I do have a lovely new Samsonite suitcase, and this thing, whew, the glide. Look at it go. Oh, so nice to have such a lovely gliding suitcase and not have to fight with it. But yeah, let's go. Join me on my trip to Oslo. And just like that, we are now in the airport. Security was done, fast track, absolutely flew through. Took about 30 seconds. Now in the lift, heading to the Centurion Lounge, where I'm going to get some breakfast before we obviously head to the gate. I'm very excited because I do love the Centurion Lounge because it always has such good food. So let's see what they have on offer for us today. And there is the lovely sign welcoming, and here we go. And we have a wide range on offer today. Obviously we've got a bunch of cereals here, some mayo, ketchup, granola, oh, need to pan down, granola, cranberries, sunflower seeds, raisins, fruit, some yogurt, more fruits, and then these are a bunch of different fruits with like yogurts in, some cheeses, some other stuff. Oh, look at those muffins, look at those croissants. Oh, orange and hazelnut crown, wow. Some French toast. Oh my god, this looks amazing. Apart from the meat stuff, but wow, this looks good. Time to pick my food and sit down. And this is just a start for breakfast. So we've got the French toast, some croissants, we've got the gems put in the croissant, and we've got 2 shots of something. I don't know what they are, but I mean, they looked interesting, so I was like, you know what, let's try it. So we're going to try those. So let's do a quick shot. Cheers. Not bad. It's quite gingery. Cheers. That's orange. That's not nice. Alright, round 2. So we got the tart. Can't remember what it was. This is avocado and blueberry, which sounded very interesting. So I was like, you know what? Gotta try it because it's avocado. And then this is just a muesli composite. We got 2 drinks. That's a Fanta. Everyone knows Fanta. And then we got this, which is peached iced tea. So let's give that a try because that looked pretty good. Oh, it's very sweet. It's nice, but it's very sweet. I can feel that on my teeth. I'm gonna have to clean my teeth after this. But yeah, let's eat this and maybe we'll get some more. Nobody else is eating here though. It's quite funny because there's quite a few people and I'm literally the only person eating and I'm eating lots. But gotta enjoy it. Alright, here we go. We got Oslo, BA B66272. Go to gate 3. That's it, to gate. And just like that, I have arrived in Norway. I slept my entire plane flight because obviously I only had about 5 hours, maybe 5.5 this morning, to wake up to get to the airport. It is currently 11:27 here in Norway, which is 10:27 obviously back home for me. Checked into my hotel. I was able to check in early, which is really nice because it means I can leave my camera gear so I don't have to carry that around because it's quite warm and I don't want a backpack on me. But yeah, now that I'm in my room, let's do a quick little room tour for you. So here is my lovely dorm, room 664. We got a little rack just here. And then I'm going to assume this is the bathroom. This is a thermostat. And I've literally, hopefully it will work. I've literally turned it down to 16. It was like on 22 when I got in. And now it's saying it's 19.5. The temperature just keeps rising, no matter what I do. I want it colder in here, it's just getting hotter. But I'll try and figure that out. We got a view here. I don't think there's any kind of view. We've got a nice double bed, but it's I think made for 2 people so that you can not have to share, which is kind of nice. We've got a little seated stool, I can't remember what the name of that is, my god, my brain. Some nice lovely lamp fixtures, and then obviously on the bed you've got a lovely TV. There is the mirror, hello, and as we check out the view, it is a courtyard. Amazing, and you can see other people's rooms. Okay, and now let's check out the bathroom. Is that the light? That is the light. Okay, we've got a nice toilet, we've got a couple of towels. I'm going to assume, yeah, that's a hairdryer. And then there's the shower. You can get some hair and body. There's some hand wash, there's the sink, and me again. Very nice. Some cups. Pretty good lighting in here. But yeah, time to freshen up and then I'm going to head out. So let's go and explore Oslo before tomorrow. And I am now at Akerhus Castle. I am probably absolutely butchering that name, but this is kind of like the military area. Obviously you can see some nice big buildings. There's a wall all around it, and then just between here there's a sign that says no access, military only, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure what is out this way, but it looks like a nice view, so I'm going to go check this out and then see what else is around here. Oh, that's quite interesting. There's a sign that says they have foxes and they're wild animals and can be dangerous. Do not feed the foxes, keep a good distance. Well, I thought that was pretty obvious. Oh, I thought there'd be water here. There's not. It's kind of like a bridge. Oh, it's kind of like a drawbridge. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's have a walk around here and see what else is around here. And you get a lovely view of the, I'm not actually sure if it's the ocean or a river or what, but whatever it may be, the Norwegian fjords. I'm sure it's something, it's massive. But there's a really lovely view from just up here. I'm with the castle just here in the background. I'm going to go inside because I can see a gate just here. So that is where I'm going next. So this is the castle museum, and I have an information guide, and so I'm going to head down. Whoa. This feels very scary because I feel like I'm going to hit my head, but I'm not that tall, but it just makes me feel like I am. But I have some lovely information I can read about this. So this is the dungeon. I don't know if I can go in here, I assume so. This is the dungeon. This looks pretty interesting. I assume they probably kept people in there. And then out here is the view. That was what we saw earlier. Okay, this one I definitely do have to duck. Whoa, that's interesting. And then as we come over here, there's some stairs, but you obviously can't go up. There is an entrance here. This feels very Game of Thrones vibes. But some information on this castle. It was originally built as a medieval fortified castle around the 1300s. Its primary function was to defend Oslo during the reign of the Danish-Norwegian king Christian IV in the first half of the 17th century. The castle was rebuilt in the Renaissance style and surrounded by modern bastion fortress. It fell into despair in the 18th and 19th century, but has later been restored. Its primary function now is to represent rooms of the Norwegian government. And this is a lovely room. I assume that is somebody buried inside there. No idea who, but that's kind of interesting. They just have, there's another dead body there, I assume. Let's continue exploring. This is the castle church. So we've got a bunch of names on here, a bunch more on here. A nice lovely portrait here, and as we go through, this is going to look like a chapel by the looks of it, yes, which is quite cool. We've got the organ in the back, And then that'll be the royal booth up there, and this there. And this part of the castle has been used for religious purposes since the early 16th century. The church has been on the brink of demolition a couple times and then restored and refurnished. Altarpieces, Baptists, fun. The rest of the interior is a result of the restorations during the 20th century. So that's quite interesting. So as we then move on to the next bit, which is all the way up some spiral staircase, we are heading to the Daredevil, which is just here. So the walls of grey stone are probably somewhere. In this room are the remains of the central tower of the medieval castle, the keep known as the Daredevil Tower. The walls were included in the newest east wing building from the 1930s. So that just looks like a coat check. And these are toilets that are not in use. So I don't think it's that, but some nice tapestries, a nice big mirror. More stuff here as we head on in. We have a lovely knight in shining armour, and here we got some really cool looking swords, and this is the castle itself, and another there, some more tapestries up there. That's a giant tapestry here, and then we continue into this room, which is the 7th room, and this is the east wing. The present east wing was built in the 1930s, including remains of older walls. Here you find the main entrance to the reputation rooms of the castle. There we go. And I need to leave to go somewhere else for the 8th, so let's go. And this is the Hall of Christian IV, which is a very lovely looking room. In the 1600s, this floor was divided into several smaller rooms which functioned as the private apartments of the Danish, Norwegian kings and queens. It's named after the most famous of these, which is King Christian IV. And there's some lovely portraits there. And here we have like a 2-person dining table, which is pretty fancy. Some tapestries on the wall. More over here. This king was particularly interested in Norway and often visited this part of his kingdom. He founded several new cities, recognized various areas of government, and initiated important mining industries. This floor was later made into one large hall in the Nordic barrack style. And there's some more stuff. Another tapestry with another table. There's obviously different ones to show different layouts. So the 3 tapestries on the north wall are among the most valuable items of the castle's interior. They were woven in Brussels in the mid-17th century and depict motions from the Spanish riding school in Vienna. It's quite cool. And that's these. Very nice. And this is the Prince's Chamber and the Green Chamber. These 2 rooms were originally part of the royal apartments. Today the castle is furnished to suit its primary function as government reputation rooms. Because of this, no attempts have been made to recreate the historical interiors, and you will, for instance, not find any beds in here. The furniture and other decorative items in the castle date mostly from the 16th and 17th century. They are not original to the castle, but have been acquired after the restoration. But these pieces are honestly very beautiful. The fact that we used to make stuff like this without like any form of technology that we have nowadays is very crazy. The fact that they were so skillful. You don't really see this kind of workmanship anymore. As I go into the next room, this is the Romeric Hall. The name derives from some peasants of the wing of the Romerike area north of Oslo who repaired this wing after a fire in 1527. This looks like a great hall. This is crazy. I've got some more tapestries on the wall and a giant table, which is pretty cool. In the 17th century, the governor of Norway, who governed this country on behalf of the Danish king, had his offices here. Today, the Romerike Hall functions as a dining hall and can seat up to 180 people for banquets. That would be a crazy banquet. Got a lovely piano in the corner, some more tapestries as we enter the next room, which is the Margrethe Hall. Probably absolutely butchering all of the names of what this is. Got some seating around the edges, and this hall is in the north wing, the oldest part of the castle. In the Middle Ages, it was the primary living room for the members of the court. It is named after the Danish-born Queen Margaret from 1352 to 1412. Wow, she actually lived quite long back then. They didn't used to live that long back then, but that's crazy. That's a good length of time. I mean, that's cute. That'd be a really nice place to just sit and read in a cute little cubby. The hall has later been used as a courtroom and for state diners. But now we've got to head upstairs to the next part, so let's go. And this is the Hall of Olav V, and that is an absolutely insane piece of artwork right there. That is crazy. That looks beautiful. And this was presumably the location of the Great Hall of the medieval castle. The present room is a result of the restoration during the 1900s, with interior elements inspired by English and Norwegian originals from the 1300s. The hall is used occasionally for concerts, theatre performances and state dinners. And that is pretty cool. We've got some artwork here and some more here. A bunch of stuff along here. The walls are really nice. These look like they're not painted, but they are, which is really cool. The people were doing this back then, and it's so painted. The ceiling is also really nice. It looks super cool. But there is a bunch more pieces of artwork around, and there is something here talking about the stained glass that is just ahead of me, and that's pretty cool. We've got a nice chandelier up here, and that is the end of this lovely tour, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and that was a brief guide to that. On to the next spot. Getting some lovely sushi now with Jay. We've got a bunch of different things, and we're being told what's what because we don't know what is what. And I am now back in Oslo city centre again. Obviously, as soon as I finished at that museum, my friend JR called me and was like, hey, I'm free if you want to meet up. So I was like, yeah, cool, let's go. So we met up. It was originally not going to be that long, and then he was like, do you want to join me on my driving lesson? And so I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Because he doesn't live in the city centre, so I was like, I get to see the different sites, and hopefully he doesn't kill me driving. He didn't. He's not the best, but he'll watch this and he'll enjoy this part. But yeah, we then just went to met his dogs, 2 real cute dogs. And then we went and got some sushi and went to a shopping mall. Just really hanged out as the boys, and it was really nice to be able to see him again after 10 months of not seeing each other. So yeah, that was quite nice, but obviously said goodbye to him. Now back in Oslo, watched the first half of the Spain game, and I am now next to McDonald's. So I'm going to go in here and pick up a drink and go back to my hotel, and then we'll watch the rest of the football. And then it's time to get ready for bed because we have an early start for an amazing day tomorrow. Stay tuned. Good morning. Welcome to a very ugly day here in Oslo and Norway in general, because it's going to absolutely rain everywhere, which is not fun. As you can see, I have my lovely raincoat on, but I can't zip it up because I have my backpack on, because we're going on a fun adventure today. And it's going to take 2 hours to get there on a train, because there's rail replacements, which is not fun. I mean, it's only an hour of actual transport, but there's an hour in between different places of 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there of changing, so that's quite fun. But it's all worth it for what I'm going to be doing, and I really do hope that it is all okay, even with this weather. Picked up some breakfast. We've got some lovely chocolate croissants. Now heading to Oslo Central Station to catch my first of 3 different transport modes today. So yeah, let's go. Join me on this wonderful adventure, and hopefully it's a good one for you. And here is the lovely sign for Slottsfjell. That is probably not how you pronounce it, but I'm not Norwegian, so that's how I pronounce it. You can probably hear my squeaky shoes, but it is not raining here, which is lovely. Got across this bridge, and then a little bit further up with there, I made it, which is really good. I wasn't sure where to go, so I had to ask somebody, and they guided me here, but they were stopping somewhere else. But not sure where I have to pick up my credentials and whatnot, so we'll see. That'll be a fun adventure. Hopefully it all works out, but yeah, let's go. Almost there. And this is when I first arrived after receiving all of my credentials. This was the band warming up, testing everything, getting it all ready for later when Jonas arrived for when they were going to play. So pretty cool to be able to see this, get them in action before. I was also able to test out my camera and see if I had the right settings on and everything like that. So this was a great little warm up for me as well as them.
That's how we go. Make it to July. And you run from me, catch me in the line. That's on the toe. How to feel alive. There's a flower in you, it's only you and I. Conversations are nothing more.
Good morning. It is a sad morning because yesterday was probably one of the greatest days of my life, and it's going to be hard to beat, but it's a memory for a lifetime now, so we have that. I am now checked out of my hotel. My flight isn't until 8:30 p.m. tonight, so first things first, breakfast. Picked up a Red Bull on the go. Currently trying to cross the road, but there's no traffic lights, so all the cars are just constantly coming, so dodging between those. But what a day yesterday was. I recorded the whole of Jonas's set, so I can put up some snippets of the entire thing. Hopefully the audio is good. I left my mic right next to the speaker, so let's hope it's okay and it didn't ruin it or anything like that. But yeah, crazy day. Got to have access to so much because of Jonas, which is unbelievable. Was taking pictures of so many different artists, which was crazy. Meeting so many different artists, again, even crazier. Yeah, what a life. Never would have believed this would have happened. But yeah, so first off for today, we're going to the food hall here in Oslo. It's got a bunch of places. Gonna check that out, see what there is for breakfast, and then I don't know what to do for the rest of the day, so whilst I'm there I'm gonna obviously decide what there is to do. But join me along for today's adventure. sorry I didn't record a lot yesterday. I was stuck in the moment of enjoying it rather than trying to record some content just for the sake of recording the content of it. It's a nice track to go past, so that's very loud. Love that. No respect for people recording, hey? How rude. But yeah, hopefully the bits that I do put in from yesterday, you do enjoy. Well, did enjoy, because I'll have posted it before this or after this, not sure, I'll decide in editing. But yeah, join me for today, and then we've got some fun adventures coming up in the next couple of weeks. We've got Tomorrowland, which I'll make a lovely vlog for, and also the F1 in Belgium Spa. So both of those should be really fun. So yeah, let's go. Off to today's food hall. And this is the food hall. We have a bunch of different stands. So obviously this one's got like chocolate and some other stuff. This is bento boxes. They've got a bunch of sushi. They've got meats and cheeses. It's a pasta bar. They've got a bunch of stuff as well. There's way more over here. There's a burger. There's some other stuff over there. That looks like, that's Korean food in here. This is bakery goods. They look really tasty. But I am looking for some croissants or something. Not a whole crazy meal like these. That is some disgusting looking meat. That is another restaurant. It's a gelato place. Some more meat, and that place stinks so bad. Some fish. It's also stinking. More meat. Bunch of places, to be fair. There's an Italian here now. The Fresh, which is like smoothies by the looks of it. Some bao buns. Aha, a boulangerie. Like that. And they got some nice looking pastries and croissants here, which is always good. They are quite expensive, so that's quite crazy. But yeah, let's get some food now. Walking to a art museum now, and I get the lovely view here. I'm not sure if this is a fjord. Obviously this here in the distance is where I was the other day, so this is what you could see, but I didn't know that this was like a full-on like harbour with like crazy ass yachts and stuff like that. But this is a really nice looking area, and there is a nice art museum at the end. But it's crazy. This is literally the capital city of Norway, and they have like such amazing things like this just in the city centre. And it's so peaceful as well. I believe you're allowed to swim in the water as well. Like, definitely could not do that in London. Just go for a quick swim in the Thames. You would probably end up with fucking diseases and God knows what. And it'd also probably be very disgusting to want to swim in it. But I will enjoy it whilst I can before we have to fly home tonight. But just there in the distance, that curved shaped roof building is the art museum, which I have been told pretty good. So let's go see what it's like. I've now made it to the museum, and they've got some giant like screens where they're showing video and stuff like that, and all of these have different things on them, like got lighting over there, but the stuff that's on them is being recorded off of these cameras on this table, and they're being spun around and showing different things at different times on different walls, which is Actually pretty cool that they've just got like this installation and then it all just portrays it onto the walls with like a bunch of different backgrounds and then they're recording it. Pretty cool. Other than that, there isn't anything else in this room, so we will head to the next. So as I've gone upstairs, they have a wax sculpture and it's made to look like volcanoes, and they've got candles burning inside, and obviously depending on how many people are in here and stuff, it'll change temperature and it'll make them burn differently. So they've got like a bunch of different layers that have burned, and there's a whole range of different ones, and it's actually pretty cool. It smells really nice in here as well because of it. But there's just a bunch, like obviously this one burned the top layer and then it's moulded it like that. This one's looking crazy. These ones look like they're only just starting, so they're going to form giant crevices, but these ones have obviously already formed. It's pretty interesting to see. Now in the next part of the museum, and we got a statue of Michael Jackson and Bubbles, which was his monkey, I think. I don't actually know. And we got some portraits and artwork on the walls. That's very abstract. And then the good old days are gone and they won't return. It's kind of dark. And then a very interesting art piece. I mean, it's very cool. Very well detailed. Like, that looks real. It's crazy good. I think this is meant to be like a skeleton. We got some photo portraits here. And as we go into the next, we got some giant pieces of what looks like screen print, but I could be wrong. And then that's interesting. That's creepy. You can't tell which way he's looking. And that's just a rug. Over there, there's just one that's a working sink. Not really sure how a sink is a piece of art, but cool. It's just scratched out. This looks like a picture of a forest. It's called Paradise. Looks pretty nice. And I believe there is more around here. This is something. Kind of looks like outer space. Or some kind of space thing. You sit here and do something. It's called My Private Sky. Oh yes, you sit here and look at this and it's your own private sky. Interesting. Once I finished up in that lovely museum, I then headed off to the National Museum. But it was so quiet in there. Literally, like, nobody was speaking. Most people were like by themselves. So I didn't want to pull out my camera and just start being that obnoxious British person, as I probably am sometimes. So I just enjoyed the museum, but coming to an end now, as I have to be at the airport soon because it takes like 40 minutes to get there. The airport is not that close to Oslo, surprisingly, and the trains are not as often, so I've got to make sure I can actually get the correct train. But I'm now heading to a burger restaurant. It's called Illegal Burger, which is interesting because I think it's called that because it's to do with it being vegan or vegetarian, something along those lines. There's currently a protest happening beside me to do with Palestine, so that's interesting. They've got numbers and stuff like that, pretty deep. I'm going to stay out of politics, but yeah, heading to this burger spot and then it's time to eat. And then we've got to head to the airport. Also got to pick up my luggage, but we'll do that as well. And here is the food. I have a UFO burger with the vegetarian patty, of course, and then we've got some potato fries with skin on, which absolutely love this. That looks amazing. Time to devour. Alright, now made it to the airport. Just did the pre-boarding check that they do here. Plane hasn't arrived yet, unfortunately. Meant to take off in half an hour, but I think it's slightly delayed, like 20 minutes, but we still land on time, which is good. But going through my pictures from yesterday, I have so many to go through, which is fun. But yeah, obviously got a lovely view of the tarmac, and we will be heading back to Heathrow. Let's go. So I forgot to end my video, so this is the end. Thank you all for watching. I have added a bunch of pictures that I was able to take, mostly just Jonas and Aurora at the end. Yeah, this was honestly an amazing experience, and I can't thank Jonas enough for giving me this opportunity, and I can't wait to see where it leads. But yeah, thanks for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed my Norway vlog. See you in the next vlog very, very soon. Peace.